Hello, I'm Mantastic'c and Fantastic, and today I'm surrounded by all the wonderful August news that the PAD Gung-Ho North America team has just announced. So, first things first, directly above me is the Kingdom Collab. So, this is a brand new debut event for North America, and I'm always a big fan of new events because at least your very first roll cannot be a duplicate. But the main idea is when you roll in a new event, there's a good chance you're going to acquire multiple different unique cards. And as a general statement, new cards tend to have at least the opportunity to potentially plug holes in your monster box or address mechanics that you may have found possibly difficult to overcome otherwise. Furthermore, because this event is actually quite new in terms of how long it's actually been in the game in Japan, it's going to feature many of the newer mechanics and be somewhat more power crept by comparison to, like, say, older events that might get a rerun every now and then. So I highly recommend you do start saving up your magic stones because it's at least worth rolling in several times, because the thing is, you roll, say, like 5 times, good chance you're going to get at least several different cards, and hopefully some of those will provide value for your given monster box. Next thing is a special gift dungeon that's going to come out. Basically, it's going to give you a weapon assist that gives cloud resist and 100% blind resist. Pretty magical overall. It does have a 7-turn cooldown, so just be a little bit mindful of it overcharging. But point of the matter is, it's a wonderfully strong free weapon assist. And to be fair, I feel like if you are watching these videos, there's a good chance you log in every day, so it shouldn't come as a surprise when this just suddenly appears as one of the dungeons you can attempt. Next is Milky Way Star Treasure. Basically, it's another dungeon that lets you have the ability to acquire pluses. It's obviously not going to be as difficult as, say, World of Carnage 2. It will give you 300 pluses per clear, and if you do get the girl to spawn as an invade, you'll get more pluses. So more is more. It's nice to have multiple options. Next is the Training Dungeon, which becomes updated. And the Training Dungeon will give you 2 million monster experience and a single Tamadra every time you clear it, and only costs 30 stamina to enter. This dungeon is definitely catered towards newer players who are unable to clear the training arenas, which are the highest level normal dungeons, because TA or Training Arena 3 gives 50 million monster experience, so 25 times more for, well, obviously 120 odd stamina. So, like, in terms of stamina efficacy, it's not as great as the training arenas, but if you're a player who just doesn't have much in their given monster box, this is probably going to be your best bet overall. Next, right directly below it, is version 20.1 coming out. So version 20.1 will give a wide variety of changes to the game, such as the ability to actually change the dungeon background music. So you are going to have ways to, like, change the music. And actually, out of curiosity, who actually plays with sound on? Because I've actually someone who's always played with sound on, and, like, the pad, like, stereotypical music, doo 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 doo, it gets stuck in my head. It's almost like the theme song for my life. And if you don't play with sound on, maybe it's a time to possibly turn it on just for a brief period of time to enjoy hopefully a wider variety of music. But in addition to music being able to be selected, we have new Awoken Skills such as TPA Plus and OE Plus, Skill Charge Plus, Auto Recover Plus, basically condensing Awakenings into more powerful and efficient versions. Kind of like how back then, remember when Skill Boost was a thing? Now Skill Boost Plus, similar logic overall. And speaking of Skill Boost Plus, there's going to be a new Latent Awakening Tamadra that will allow you to give it to a specific card, and it'll grant them 2 skill boosts when you enter the dungeon. Now, this Latent Awakening will take up 6 slots, and I'm quite sure it needs, like, the L shield, if I'm not mistaken, to actually be utilized. And it will give 1.5 times damage cap if it's fused onto a card with that's level 111 to 120. So cool, exciting stuff. Who doesn't like buffs? Like those cards, like, say, like Halloween Cotton with tons of TPAs. Maybe eventually in the future some of those get shrunken down to, like, super skill TPA pluses and they get other awakenings. Maybe, who knows? And then lastly, directly below me is new limited time dungeons for Fest Rare Gem Super Gravity. For, oh, the picture is somewhat cut off, but basically it is 6 and 7 star rare gems. So, like, as the picture shows, there is Dark Kali and Light Yurisha. Possibly difficult to acquire evolution materials, and with these new limited time dungeons, it can be a much easier or maybe just more efficient way to acquire these gems, because getting that Yurisha gem means beating MD3, which is a pretty hard task to do overall. So, with that being said, those are all the cool and exciting August news coming to North America, so budget your stones accordingly, and at the same time, let me know which aspect you look forward to most in the comments down below. Regardless of all that, hopefully you all have a truly fantastic day. I wish you all the best luck in your own pad adventures, and happy puzzling.